We now have some more polynomials to expand. We have a -2 multiplied by some binomial squared. Why don't we leave the -2 alone? -2, and what we have here is x minus 1, x minus 1. And I recommend that you work on this part here first. If you want to do it slowly, you can say this is equal to -2, have a big bracket here, and really carefully go x times x is x squared, x times -1 is -x, and then the inside, -1 times x is -x, and the last, -1 times 1 is +1. So we know that -x becomes -2x, and then we can carefully feed the dog, feed the cat, feed the bird to get our final answer. So we have -2x squared, -2 times -2x is +4x, -2 times +1 is -2. So we're going to try the same question one more time, but using the shortcut trick. So we have this here is our original question, and let's practice using the trick to expand that binomial quickly. So we're going to put a big bracket here, and this double underline part is going to be, on your marks, get set, go. X times x is x squared, x times -1 is -x, double it, -2x. And you can double it because you can see that it ends up having two negative x's. That's why you can do that. And then finally, -1 times -1 is +1. So you can feed the dog, cat, bird, and we're going to end up with the same answer as we did before, which is -2x squared plus 4x minus 2. Okay, so just for practice, when we have this question, which we just did 2 times already, to have some confidence with your algebra, I do recommend that you work on this first, but if you really want to, you could work on feeding the dog, feeding the cat as well, this first. But if you do so, be careful, you're going to have to introduce a bracket. So let's try it. Let's have a bracket, x minus 1. -2 times x is -2x, and then -2 times -1 is going to be +2. So if you really want, you could do this, but now you have to really concentrate and remember those brackets, and now focus on feeding the dog and the cat. -2x times x is -2x squared. -2x times -1 is going to be +2x. And then now this is your brother or sister feeding the cat, the dog and the cat. 2 times x is 2x, and 2 times -1 is going to be -2. Cha-ching! We have -2x squared plus 4x minus 2, which is the same answer as before. So this is not recommended, but just be confident with your algebra what you can and can't do. Now let's try number 2. So we have a 3 here. We're going to leave that alone. We're going to leave lots of space here because we're going to attack that x plus 2 squared. We're going to do it the fast way, x squared. X times 2 is 2x, double it, plus 4x. 2 times 2 is +4. And we're going to make a big bracket here. We're going to focus on the double underline here, which is going to be this part here. And we're going to do it the fast way. X times x is x squared. X times -1 is -x, double it, -2x. And -1 times -1 is going to be +1. Okay, this is going to be a very big answer. Now if you really want, you can feed the dog, feed the cat, feed the bird. You can focus on this part here. But why don't we just leave this 3 alone for the end and focus on this trinomial multiplied by the trinomial. This is going to take a long time. So we're going to leave the 3 alone, and we're going to have a huge answer here. And let's take this step by step. So this is you feeding the dog, cat, and bird. X squared times x squared is going to be x to the 4. X squared times -2x is going to be -2x cubed. X squared times 1 is going to be +x squared. And notice how the exponents here are bigger from left to right, and generally we like to respect the fact that the numbers are getting lower. So if there's some missing power, suppose there was no x here, and as you're multiplying things out, it's nice to align things such that you can even put 0x cubed or 0x squared. Perhaps we'll show you that on another video. Anyways, we're lining things up. That's the main idea. Now this is your brother is gonna feed the dog, cat, and bird. 4x times x squared is going to be 4x cubed. 4x times negative 2x is going to be negative 8x squared. 4x times positive 1 is going to be positive 4x. And finally, your sister is going to feed the dog, cat, and bird. So 4 times x squared is going to be 4x squared. Notice how all the x squares are being aligned. 4 times negative 2x is going to be negative 8x. And 4 times positive 1 is going to be positive 4. Cha-ching! So what we have here, we're just cleaning up the inside. We had 3 times some huge thing, which is what we're working on. X to the 4 is here. We have negative 2x cubed, and we have positive 4x cubed. 4 minus 2 is going to be positive 2x cubed. And what we have here is we have positive 1x squared, and then we have positive 4x squared. 1 plus 4 is going to be 5, but 5 minus 8 will be negative 3. So we have negative 3x squared. Now let's focus on the x's. We have 4 minus 8, which is negative 4x, and we have plus 4. So we're almost done. This question is quite long. Now this is u, the constant 3. You're going to feed the dog, cat, bird, fish, and koala. And there's our final answer. It's going to be 3x to the 4 plus 3 times 2 is going to be 6x cubed. 3 times negative 3 is going to be 9x squared. 3 times negative 4 is negative 12x. And 3 times 4 is plus 12. So these questions are quite long. You just have to double check your work that you're not making some careless mistake. Good job expanding these trinomials.